Hey, hey. It's a surprise stream. It's a surprise stream. Welcome to ReaperCon Day 2. Today, I'm Ron. I have special guest with us, Rhonda Bender.
Hello.
Say hi, Rhonda. Again, say it again.
Hi, everybody. I haven't seen you in a while because I haven't been able to stream, so it's nice to be back.
It's great to
We're
have you.
here at the Green Griffin.
Oh, yeah. Do we have to do it like that? Welcome to ReaperCon. Thanks for coming down again and supporting.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, you're a fixture. You're a staple. You're like in a museum. It's a thing. You're always going to be
I'm
here.
like in a museum. Yes, Ron, I'm aware. I feel like I belong in a museum.
So we're here at ReaperCon. What are your thoughts on? I know it's only been a day so far, but what are your thoughts so far?
I mean, it's really hopping. Like Thursday was what I would normally expect to see Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're going to have a pretty insane Saturday. People seem excited. They're having fun. They're painting. Yeah. I see a lot of people painting right now.
Yeah. The crowd's out here. Matter of fact, everyone's ignoring us. They're all just focused on their painting. No, not me.
I put my phone over on the other chair.
Hey, real quick. Also, so Rhonda's here. We're doing an interview. We're going to talk about some stuff going on at ReaperCon. But before we get too far, Frank Schumacher from Nightheart Game is here handling our streaming. So thank you, Frank, for coming down and helping us with our streaming stuff this year. You know Frank, right?
I do. Frank is great. I love Frank.
Your old DM.
My old DM.
Your old Reaper errant DM.
We missed getting to play.
Yeah. I know. We tricked him into coming down. So anyway, thanks.
You're good at tricking us.
Yeah,
into things.
I like doing that. I can tease you with miniatures and paints. I don't know about Frank teasing him with that, but Frank, you like minis? Okay, all right, good. That's not how we got him down here.
Frank has no minis in his entire life, ever.
I say, Rhonda, come to ReaperCon, we'll give you minis and paints. You're like, yes, of course. Frank, come to ReaperCon. The minis and paints don't work on Frank. We had to force Frank. We had to twist his arm really, really hard to get him to come
Offer
down here.
different enticements.
Yeah. It was a threat, but it was physical threats. So how did your first classes go?
Went very well.
Yep. What did you teach yesterday?
I taught monochrome painting.
Okay.
So if you want to do like a black and white old movie or a sepia tone Victorian,
you know what?
that kind of thing.
I wish you did the vampire in monochrome?
Yes.
Is that what you painted recently?
Yep.
You sent me a picture of it? It was
I
really
painted
cool.
him on my stream for Halloween, so if you didn't get to attend the class, you can look in Reaper's YouTube. They have a Beyond the Kit playlist and look for like around Halloween last year, and there's a stream where I paint that one, and then the year before, it's going to be my tradition, I guess, I painted the Ghost Bride, Betty, the Ghost Bride, also in a monochrome scheme. So
there's a large monster entered in the painting contest that's painted in monochrome.
Oh, I'm going to have to take
Jesse
a close
Evans
look at that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a fun thing to try. I recommend it.
It is really cool. Derek Schubert, I've seen him do it.
He's excellent at it.
Yeah, he's really good at it. I haven't seen a lot of painters do it, so it is a cool. It's I think to me, I can't do it. I don't think. I don't think my brain would be able to wrap around because shadows.
In some
and highlights.
ways, it's easier because you're taking away the confusion of color, so you've just got value.
Yeah. And I think because I'm an imbecile and don't understand that, I couldn't do it.
It's also very quick, so that is the other reason I recommend it.
That's good. I like that.
Because those two miniatures are the only ones I've ever painted in one stream.
Okay.
Because I had all my paint out. I didn't have to go find some brown to paint the bow or whatever.
Crazy, my phone is just blowing up. I'm sorry.
Ron is very popular.
Sorry, Twitchland.
He's very essential and popular.
Yes, for sure. Well,
we can't see the blinking light.
Right, yeah.
It's here.
Trust me, it is blinking. It is still there. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get to this cool stuff over here?
I hope everyone else is enjoying their Labor Day weekend. They should make plans to come out to a future ReaperCon because it's really, there's nothing I could compare it to. If you're a miniature fan, it's the place to be. So
yesterday I met a couple from Dallas. And they've been into miniatures and gaming for 5 years. She said she was into painting miniatures, and she had never heard. Well, she didn't know that Reaper was local, and she just found out about ReaperCon. They've been doing miniatures for 5 years, is what she said.
I'm sorry they missed all that time.
Yeah, she's like, I never heard this. I'm coming from now on. So I was like, cool, great. We'd love to have you.
Because you have paint club at the store and stuff.
We do
during the year as well.
Yes, we do. So. There is, if you still want to come to ReaperCon this year and you're local, come on down. Or if you're not local, you want to fly down, come on down. We'll be here today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So tonight we have the costume contest this evening. So come down.
I've seen some great ones already.
Yeah. There's some really good stuff. So come on down. Come on down to ReaperCon and get your admission, get your swag bag, and shop and hang out with Rhonda and
Daffod Weir and Spoons 202 wishes they could have made it to get the tribute mini, which is very
there's a couple.
cool.
There's one in the swag bag, the metal one from Dark Sword Miniatures, and then there's the Bones one in the Barrelgate box. Or actually, it's a seal cap. It's a print. It's a print.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually a print, and that's exclusive to the Barrelgate box. And hopefully we'll have some of those left over to sell online after the show. So, speaking of the Barrelgate box.
Speaking of the Barrelgate
what a
box.
Transition. I know.
So natural.
So let's do this. Here, I'll reach over here. Okay, so
yeah,
start with that. Actually, we don't need. I don't think, Frank, that'll show up on the thing. But
you can see it in the.
Okay,
there
we
you go.
Look, that's not bad. So this is the Traveler's Guide to Barrelgate, the Haunted City. So this was written by our own Joseph Wolfe, and it details the city of Barrelgate. This is sort of the theme, the setting for ReaperCon. It's very loosely our theme, right? So the theme is really just painting and gaming, but we have a little setting book. And this was written by Joseph Wolfe and edited by Rhonda Bender.
So I got to read it before hardly anyone else.
You sure did. And I'm really, really happy with the way it turned out. Joe's writing with Rhonda's edits, great combination. I think it turned out really, really good. It's a great setting. It's system agnostic, right?
Yep.
So you can use
lots of adventure hooks, neat characters that you could weave in.
Mm-hmm. Lots of really cool stuff. So this is going to be in the, how about we do this one? Look at it. Let's flip through and see. It's all fancy with art.
And there's
stuff.
Illustrations and
some cool
maps
art.
and things.
Yeah, and there's an interior. So here's the interior map, right? And you're like, well, I got to rip my book out. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to rip your cover off. You know why? Because you also get, Rhonda, help me out here. You also get the Barrelgate poster map with numbered locations on the map that correspond to the book. Yeah.
Which I didn't have, so you're going to understand everything much better than I did.
Right, Rhonda had it all out of context. What does this mean? So you're going to get this, right? This is really cool. So this is the Barrelgate book, the Barrelgate map, all in the Barrelgate box, which makes a lot of sense, right? Hopefully we'll have some of these left over afterwards. What else?
Well, then, after reading the book, you asked me for some paint color ideas, and I was inspired by some of the settings and the characters and the descriptions.
Yes.
To choose.
So not only
cool, spooky colors.
So Rhonda got to not only name the paints.
I think you named most of them.
I think you gave me suggestions.
I gave you suggestions, but you are the best at naming. No, I am very terrible at that.
So we've got 12. Tell us about the paint colors and the selection and why we chose these colors.
Well, first of all, I was making sure that they weren't very similar to anything currently in production. I have actually if you've watched my show, you see me make paint swatches. So I have little samples of all our colors. So I would think of something and then, run check and make sure that we didn't have anything that was too similar. So I was trying that we don't really have a yellow-green. So I thought that would be, plus it's kind of a noxious
it is, yeah.
color.
Which one is this? This is?
For unsavory things.
What? Is it?
Meadowlark Gold, Ron.
Yeah, Meadowlark Gold. That's what I thought it said.
And then this is Red Fork Jasper, because there's a river with Jasper
the
rocks.
Red Fork River, with Jasper.
Right. The Elf Road is a very important part of the story. So this is like a cool purpley gray, elfy type stone.
Yeah.
Gray. The crowberry. Argot there are some families that are very powerful in Barrelgate, and that is one of them, and they each have colors and sigils and backstories. It's pretty cool. Morning Glory is one of the locations.
One of the locations, yeah.
Ghostly Fog, there's a lot of this. Barrelgate, there's ghosties and
covered in fog every night,
and some of them are nice and some of them are not so nice. Mistwood, because there's different kinds of fog and mist and gloom. Steed green. Moravane, that's another one of the families, Moravane scarlet. Lamplighters, so this is a town that is lit by lamps, and the lighters go around in the evening and light everything up, because you don't want to be in the dark in Barrowgate.
No, you don't.
That's a bad plan.
I lost all my sound, Frank.
And Enistrev is
there it is. It's back.
one of the other families.
Yeah, and now as far as the actual color choices, the actual colors, how did we come up with the...
I looked at all the colors in the world. It felt like it. It felt like I was looking at all the colors in the world.
There are some holes in the line that were lacking, right? So I know that, for example, these colors were very reminiscent of the bright flesh.
Yeah, the bright skin triad.
Bright skin triad.
They're a little bit different, but there were some of us really missed that. I don't always use it for skin, but like these can be good colors for highlighting red.
Was it which one? Was it the third one?
This might be more of the, like way back in the day there was like ashen rose and porcelain rose. So this is, none of these are the same as any existing colors, but they're evocative of those colors for those of us who had sort of particular uses for them.
And they got canceled.
And then they got canceled.
Or they're either limited edition or something like that.
I mean, sometimes the company that supplies you changes supplies and they just can't make the colors anymore. Some of the things that have gone away have been due to that.
Materials, different materials.
And we just never had something like this.
Yeah. So it's a good...
Or something like that.
Good muted set of colors, right?
They're not like
desaturated.
Super intense. I mean, you know, the yellows are fairly saturated. They're not like all gray.
Right.
But, because it can be hard to mix desaturated colors. Like if you have a really bright blue, but you want to have something a little more toned down because it's somebody's clothes that are really old, or something in a tomb that you might find near in a barrow, say.
Or something like that.
It's nice to have ready to go colors that are good for that, or subdued colors that are better for like natural skin tones. And
so
it fit this setting to have everything be a little subdued.
But even if you don't use them for this setting, they're just great.
Oh yeah. Like this is a good highlight color if you don't want something as vivid.
Right.
Like it'll tone it down from white, or like using a brighter yellow. And same kind of things with these ones. You can get, you can tone down a green or a blue.
Yeah, so they've got a lot of uses. So
we haven't had a lot of violet purples either. So it was violet purple and yellow green were like kind of the two color slots. So I was like, how odd that we have not had a ton of those colors.
When we choose the colors for new paints, I always go to Rhonda and go, hey Rhonda, what do we need? Where are our gaps or whatever? And Rhonda always gives a lot of thought and a lot of...
I also try to keep track of colors that people mention. It's like, well, I used to really use whatever a lot.
Such and such, yeah.
So if several people tell me that the same colors, I try to write it down so that the next time Ron asks me, what paints do we need? I haven't even opened, this was from my bag and I hadn't opened it yet. Because this is cool, this is metallic.
It's a metallic triad. This is in the swag bag. So this is not in the Barrowgate box, but this is in the swag bag. So if you get a swag bag this year, you're going to get these three colors.
Are you likely to sell those after?
I believe so, for while supplies last. We're not going to continually produce these, so we made a limited number, and then whatever we have left extra, we will sell at the end. Probably individually or in 3-packs.
Yeah,
so
you can't really see.
We're just gonna.
Well, this is mine.
Well, it's no longer mint.
This is mine from
so much for eBay, I guess.
This is from my bag. I brought this from upstairs today because I hadn't really got. This is Ghost Vein, and it's hard to tell. It's kind of purpley. I guess I should have brought like a piece of paper and we could have put them out.
Oh yeah.
But it's a richer purple than. What is it? Something sparkling amethyst is the one that you can always get. And then this is like a light blue that if you like a blued steel effect, you could use that as the highlight on like honed steel or one of the darker.
This is my favorite one, the last one.
And this is raven feather. So it's kind of that iridescent effect that you get on a raven's wing. And it works best if you have like something the size of a wing and you paint the whole wing, you're going to see the iridescent effect better. But it is super cool.
Yeah, those are great colors. I really like the metallics.
And these are also all things from Spirit Vein is a very important part of Barrowgate.
Yep.
Well, Tomb Treasure is an important part too, because adventurers are always coming back with their crap, and then ravens are a not insignificant feature.
Yeah, exactly. So all really great colors. So really like the triads. And then here we have.
I had nothing to do with this, but I love it so much. This is a little baby curled up dragon, is the Poke Tool this year. And I guess I should have brought mine that wasn't in the package too, because on the back it says ReaperCon 2023, so you know which year it is memorializing. I love these. I have like 6 of these at my desk, and I use them to unstopper bottles all the time because I don't like to have to
They're handy.
Clean every one, and so I kind of rotate through so you don't get one paint color.
Right.
And you can also just take the time to wipe them off with a paper towel if you're not lazy like me.
Pretty cool. And yeah, Julie did that, and this is a metal one. Last year they were seal cast, and this year they're metal.
It's so cute though.
It's very cute.
It's so cute.
You're going to get a set of Sophie's Lucky Dice. That's also in the Barrowgate box.
I won't touch them so they stay lucky.
Okay. You're going to get a set of micro-point tweezers, and you're probably wondering, well, why are we selling beauty supplies? And you're also going to get a sanding file. This is because we've been doing so many prints lately that this is what we use at Reaper. This is what Kevin and Daryl use at Reaper to clean their prints with. And this is really fine file. It's a sanding stick, and they use it to clean the prints that we use for production. So you can use this when you get your prints. Use this to clean any supports that you want to clean off. Also, same thing with the tweezers. They're micro point, and this is what we use as well. And you can get in there and pull off the little supports that don't come off on the machine. It's easier to clean those, I think, than part lines and whatnot.
Mold lines, the worst.
Mold lines.
These are also useful for basing, like if you're trying to put little grass clumps or flowers on something and it's
Very
really
handy.
small, you can hold the end of it
very
with
handy.
the tweezers.
So yes, you're going to get 2 sets, or you're going to get a set of these in your Barrowgate box. Let's see. You're going to get. Let's look at the miniatures, Rhonda. Let's talk about the miniatures.
Which I haven't even seen all of, so this will be. Look at these dwarves having so much fun.
Those are the gambling dwarves or the drinking dwarves?
These are drinking dwarves.
The drinking dwarves.
And they sure are.
These are the drinking dwarves by Bobby Jackson. Oh, I should have brought over Kara Curley's painted versions. Here are the gambling dwarves by Bobby Jackson.
Can we tell who's winning and who's losing?
You can't tell yet. The dice are being rolled. This is the Flirty Winch by Julie Guthrie. Sorry, you can't see these very well. We'll get better pictures up pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh, you don't already have pictures of it? All right, I'm not making it better.
We've been really busy lately. So here are, let's see. Here's the townsfolk. This is the bouncer and surly patron who's getting tossed out. This is, the brawl.
I love
this is great. Have you seen the brawl?
No. Oh my gosh.
So the brawl is.
You know, I'm gonna put my money on the little guys.
So it's 4 halflings versus an orc or a half orc.
I had a friend who worked security, and he said you got to watch out for the Y reruns. It's not the big muscles.
So we don't know who's going to win there, but it'll be an interesting. The halflings, the 4 halflings.
Well, somebody's got to roll the dice, I guess.
That's true. This is the Dwarven Riverboat Pilot by Gene Van Horn. Bobby Jackson.
There are a lot of rivers around here.
There's some rivers, and there's river pirates.
An important river trade.
And here you have Townsfolk the Puppeteer by Jason Wiebe. And yes, that is a pug humping his leg. While he's trying to perform his puppet show, there is a pug humping his leg.
I'm sure he had life reference to.
He probably did.
Sculpt this miniature.
Probably did. Now, some of these are seal cast. Some of these are prints. The Brawl is a print. The rest of these other ones are all going to be seal cast.
Both of those options are just so nice and crisp that I really.
They're very good. They're really great.
Really have been enjoying. And you can, in addition to cleaning the way Ron described, I like to scrape with a hobby knife, like I would with resin, and that works pretty well for me to get off.
Unfortunately, this is Hollis and Verbena. He's upside down. I can't get him to. But this is the iconic halfling druid and his pet hare, or his hare companion.
I told you I needed 20 more Verbenas, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you got it. You got it. This is, well, again, it's the passed out drunken or he's not wanting to cooperate and flip over in his blister. But trust me, he's really cool. He's just flat. He just lays flat like that. But this is the
which is nice because then you can use that for a lot of different dioramas. The seated people too.
Yeah, for sure.
Offer a lot of possibilities for
Why
that.
don't you show that for a moment? Show this. This is, you know what that is, Rhonda?
I believe it starts with Arachno and it ends with Assassin.
That is correct.
And it is in honor of someone who was a big, the
Part of Reaper,
the creator
yes.
of Arachno, Assassins, and many, many other things.
So this is, let's see if I can, is that better? Is that, show that up better? Anyway, this is the Arachno Assassin tribute miniature. This was sculpted by Jason Wiebe. Oh yeah, how about just a chipboard box? Yeah. Sculpted by Jason Wiebe. It was his tribute to Ed. And is part of the Barrelgate box. This is exclusive to the Barrelgate. Did you know that? You can only get it in the Barrelgate box. We're not selling these online after the show. They're only going to be available in the Barrelgate box.
But you can still buy original Arachno Assassins online, right?
Of course you can, yes. Okay. Why would you? I don't know, but yes, you can if you want to. Let's see, how about that? Even a little better? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so this particular one was painted by Michael Janae, one of our local longtime painters. Who actually runs Paint Club at Reaper now. He and Kara Curley are running the Paint Club.
And that's on Saturday?
That is on Saturdays and Sundays, yeah. So
Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, Sundays
wow.
too. So come on down to Paint Club at the Reaper Game Store, and you can talk to Michael and Kara, and they will show you everything they know. And anyway, so this is the painted version by Michael. Looks really great, so I'm really, really tickled the way that turned out. Excuse me, what else we got here? I think that's it for the Barrelgate box. We don't have a swag bag, but there is an Ed Pugh tribute miniature in the swag bag too. It's the metal one by Dark Sword.
And it's amazing. I mean, the likeness is just
pretty good.
If you, I think Dark Sword posted it on their Facebook page, so if you haven't seen it, you can go there and you can see like close-up pictures and
yeah,
like it is Ed. It's Ed.
It looks great. And when we saw the green, it was like, wow, that looks like Ed. So and we should have those. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with those as far as selling after the fact or whatever. They're going to be in the swag bag. If you're able to get a swag bag online after the show or during the show if you're here, you'll be able to get one. And we may sell these online afterwards. They may be a ReaperCon thing. I'm not really sure. Depends on what Dave wants to do with the piece. That's the one piece we're going to let him just figure out, how he wants to do it. So you have two tributes to Ed this year, the Arachno Assassin and the Dark Sword piece. Okay.
And Jim has suggested he'd love to see a lot of them painted for the contest next year.
I think that's true. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. Can I just put these in here, Rhonda, like that? Okay. So next year, it would be cool.
There might even be a special award.
There might be a special award. So next year, for ReaperCon 2024 here in Denton at the Embassy Suites, we hope that you guys will...
It's confirmed.
It's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed.
At this point, it's wishful thinking. But I'm planning on being back. I personally plan on being back.
Okay, Ron is going to. We're just going to invade the Embassy Suites,
like
whatever happens.
We're just going to show up. And they think, well, we thought it was ReaperCon. We're working on a new contract to stay here. We'd love to stay here. So we're working on that right now. But things aren't confirmed. We will make an announcement for sure when we know what we're going to do. But next year, let's do like Jim suggested, let's do a Dark Sword Ed Pugh. It's a long time. Ed Pugh miniature painting contest, where people paint all these Dark Sword minis and enter them in the contest as a special category.
Well, he said they're Reaper minis now.
It is a Reaper mini.
Yeah.
It's the Dark Sword tribute that they gave to us.
Yes.
But we will
in Reaper tradition, it is confusing as possible. So it.
Yeah, and that's what we like it.
Yeah.
We like it. We don't even know what we're talking about.
That's how we do it.
Okay, so we're going to take this guy. That was all the ReaperCon goodies we're going to show you today. But we have something else that's non-ReaperCon related.
Oh, that's right. For a minute, I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
No, I know what he's talking about.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
I do know.
And can we get both?
I've had these on my desk. There's been a lot of excitement.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of commentary.
They're in my office on the tour, so people maybe have seen them there as well. So basically what this is, it's new packaging for the Reaper Learn to Paint kits that
where
Rhonda,
you can see the miniature.
Yeah, and Rhonda wrote the same instructions, same figures, everything's the same, except for a couple of key differences. Well, the packaging.
Yes,
right?
which is lighter.
Yep.
Probably easier for shipping.
Yep.
I had one person tell me their friends felt like the plastic boxes were too professional and they weren't ready for that. That they're more likely to get these because they look more accessible.
The Reaper hard cases, I know that we've sold so many of those, so people probably have like a lot of these because we've got all our box sets we converted to those. Everything we converted to those hard cases, the pistol cases, and we make, we actually make those, we manufacture those things, but we thought that it was time to, like this says, layer up, level up. We needed to level up our Learn to Paint kits, and so we did. Now a couple of differences. So we changed the figures inside from Bones Classic figures to Bones USA a while back, right? So
Yes.
they've been Bones USA for a while. So there's an upgrade right there. So you're still getting
Oh yeah,
that.
you're actually getting to paint better miniatures than I did.
Yes.
Yours will look better than mine because all the details are
Here's
there.
a funny story. So as I'm laying out these boxes, I take a photograph of, here's the one you painted, the pirate. So Rhonda painted that pirate. That's a Bones Classic, one of the very first Bones 1 models. And she painted this, and this one. This is the one she painted. And when I did the photograph of the gray Bones USA version, I noticed, oh my gosh, that one has an ear and a mustache.
I knew it had a mustache, but I'm like, I don't want to paint it because
it's not there.
Yeah, it's not.
So
too
even the one on the
distinguishable.
front, even though he doesn't have a wait, does this have
Maybe I should paint a new one so you can put it on the box.
We'll have to do it on the next print run. These are already on the way. But yes, that's a bonus. Your pirate gets a mustache and an ear.
Yep.
So you're already getting a bonus mustache and ear in these sets.
And you can see more information about it on it's
Yeah.
easier to read and.
Yeah, the colors are the same. Now, the key difference I think that people are going to be most interested in is that.
Oh, I haven't even opened it.
I'll
Looked
open it
inside.
from the other. Okay, let's do it like this. The big thing, we are changing these from regular size bottles. We've gone to no, this is just the tray. The 1/4 ounce bottles. Most people who are just getting into Learn to Paint kits are just sort of figuring out what to do with painting. So we've gone with a 1/4 ounce paint bottle. So it is a smaller bottle. So it's not the same size bottle. So they were going to be special just for these two sets. We're not changing we're not changing the rest of the paint line to that. It's just for the Learn to Paint kits. The starter set in the future may get that change as well. But just be aware, if you think it's exactly the same, it's not exactly the same. We have gone to 1/4 size bottles, and unfortunately I don't have any here. But
And you still get the 2 brushes.
you still get the brushes, you get the great instructions. The instructions alone are worth the price of the Learn to Paint kit. So those are the big differences. So be aware of that when you go buy these, the paint bottles are going to be a little smaller, half the size.
Thanks for the subscription, Mac Attack.
Look at that.
And Lieutenant Floby, yes, the pirate has a mustache.
Yes, invisible paints. Pirate does have a mustache.
And invisible mustache.
Yeah, so upgraded models, upgraded boxes, and just smaller bottles for people who are just getting into the hobby and just want to figure out what's going on. So yeah, we're really excited about these. I think these will probably start showing up. Oh, it'll be this fall. It'll be sometime this fall. I don't know exactly when, but it'll be.
But in time for Christmas?
I hope so.
Is
That
it
would
time
be
to
great.
get your friend some for Christmas?
I hope so. That would be great. And so there's a QR code on the back which takes you to the Learn to Paint Kit page.
Clavicus is asking about changes in the price.
No, prices staying the same. No. And you know what? If you ever want to come to ReaperCon and talk to me about the whys and hows and why we do things, I will certainly sit down and talk to you
There
about
are reasons.
I
I understand why it's been done.
some really, really good reasons why we did not change the price. So even though you're getting half the paint, this is absolutely true. But there are reasons why we do that, and it's because I won't get into it right here on the stream. So, okay, well, I think, Rhonda, those were all the cool things we had to talk about. Is there anything else you wanted to chat about? Or
I don't know. I mean, I've hardly seen you yet, but we should probably catch up on our own.
We should probably do that, yeah.
If anyone wants to ask any questions,
Yeah.
we'll look at chat for a minute. And
Thank you, Mac Attack, for the well wishes. And Clavicus, appreciate you guys watching the stream, and appreciate your well wishes on ReaperCon. We're doing our best to make it a good show. So far, everything looks really great. Everyone's very happy. I've had nothing but great things so far. If you've never made it to a ReaperCon, you really guys should try to get down here next year.
It's so fun just to be surrounded by a bunch of people who get your thing.
Yeah, yeah, because
you don't feel weird.
Explain it to other people like, you do what now? What is it?
You can walk around with an Optivisor or something and not feel weird.
Queen Teeny says, did I miss what came in the VIP boxes? So just to clarify some things real quick. This year we did not do a VIP pass. We have done the VIP in some fashion or one form or another since 2014, I believe. This year we didn't do that. It's just we do a 4-day badge to get in. And if you buy a 4-day badge, you get a swag bag with that. It's a red bag with a bunch of cool stuff in it. Sophie, Mouselings, all that kind of stuff. The Triad.
Triad of Pink.
There was also the Barrelgate Collector's Box for ReaperCon 2023. That is the box that has all the cool, a bunch of other cool minis. It has a bunch of paint that Rhonda talked about. We've got the Barrelgate book, the tweezers, all that really cool stuff.
So if they came in late after we finished, they'll be able to go watch the video on demand, and you can see we went through the box and we showed on screen what was in it.
Right.
And you'll be able to see that. Mac Attack wants to paint up some faded red roof tiles on tabletop world fantasy buildings. How to get that effect?
Huh.
Well, something like that Jasper red, you want like
a
it isn't
terracotta?
a real red. Yeah. So you want to either add a little red to a brownish red and make it a little more red, or get a red color and add some gray or some brown to it to dull it down. And then if you use like an orangey skin tone to do like the highlighting or the dry brushing, that should kind of give you even more of a faded effect. Yes, Lieutenant Puppy, redstone is good and it's out of production, which is one reason I put the Jasper in, because we used to have brick too, and brick didn't sell, like there was a brick triad and it didn't sell very well, and I've never understood, because surely people are doing the same thing that Mac Attack is doing and painting bricks and red roof tiles, so I'm not sure why they aren't buying the colors that you need to paint those things.
So one of the things we're going to talk about after ReaperCon internally is the direction of the MSP core colors line and what we're going to do with it, where we're going to go, we have some. We may do a poll. We may poll all our
I'm still doing
fans
my
and customers.
Research
And just sort of get like what colors do you guys that are out of production do you miss? What do you want to come back? We may ask you guys that and see what kind of feedback we get on that kind of thing. Of course, you always give us great feedback on you have a hole in your line, you're missing a certain color, you're missing a certain thing. So,
but it's good to ask other people, because everybody paints a little differently and has different subject matters or techniques. But there's a very important question here from Painterly Geek. Have there been any elusive Weaselmancer sightings?
We're on the stream. We're doing a stream.
Oh, I don't think we are.
I'll catch you in a minute. Watch your step.
Yeah. I'm going back to the shop because that's where Dave is.
Don't leave yet. Sit tight for a second.
There's a chair right.
Have a seat right over there. Yeah, just have a seat. Yeah. That was the great Willard Dennis from Heritage Miniatures popping in to say hello on the ReaperCon
Well,
stream.
I'm going to have to come back and take some notes from the chat, because we're getting some color commentary, as it were.
So,
Black green, Barrelgate copper.
Yeah, there were some really great colors and a lot of limited edition, right? But and that was sort of one of the things that Ed wanted to do, is put out these limited edition colors, see which ones quote unquote float to the top, see which one people like, and then we'll keep those, and we'll try to keep those in permanent production. But we just haven't had a chance to. It's been a crazy year, I'll tell you that for sure. So, but yeah, we'll be working on that. So stay tuned for all kinds of details.
Queen Teeny said, is there anything for people who can only attend one day? There's a board game library. There are like paint and take, speed paint.
Hobby hijinks. You can
the hobby hijinks.
Visit with the artists. You can play games. Like I said, the board game library.
Base and take.
The base and take. There's you can take classes if there's any available classes.
Yeah,
still.
you can always, if you come, check at the registration desk, and they should be able to tell you if there are spots in any classes or games, right?
Right, yeah, for sure. And you can go into tabletop events, go to attend, and you'll see the schedule, and it'll tell you which slots are open, which tickets you can buy for. So you can go and do that at any time at tabletop.events. Or
there's pinball and video games.
There's pinball and video games.
It's a nice way to take a break. And of course the contest, if you want to look at amazing miniatures.
Yeah. Oh, they're
off in a side room.
Which is the highlight of the show, is the MSP Open painting contest. So for sure, come on down just to check
and
that
enter.
out.
If you get here before noon on Saturday, if you're only coming Saturday, get here before noon and you can still enter your pieces. If you are here already, you must finish entering your pieces today at, I believe, 5.
5 o'clock. Are you judging?
Yes.
Are you? Okay.
I mean, not extensively. I'm a little bit on the injured list this year, but I'm going to help out to the best of my ability.
All right. So,
Firsty got in this morning. Thank you. Thank you for not waiting until the last minute. It's helpful.
So, and if you get here, yes, you can still get a barrel gate box. You can get a swag bag at the front desk. Yeah, all kinds of stuff still for people to do. So come on down to ReaperCon. We're going to be here.
And there's
till
vendors
Sunday.
other than Reaper as
Absolutely.
well. There's a ton of other vendors.
You know what? Well, I have to do this again at 3. When I do this at 3, I'm going to have a list of all our vendors.
So
you can come and
tune
visit.
back in at 3
Yeah.
and find
Special
out
guest.
who all the
Frank,
cool
who's our special guest at 3.
people.
Okay. All right.
So you can grab some actual vendors as well as a list.
Maybe so. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have Rhonda back again at 3. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I think that's about it. I think we're gonna say our goodbyes here. So,
Okay.
Thanks again for you guys tuning in, and we really appreciate it. Thanks to Frank at Nightheart for the
Yep.
streaming service, and thank you, Rhonda, for
Well,
hanging
thank
out
you
with me for a few minutes.
having me back here at the Green Griffin Inn.
You're,
We should have brought our beer.
We need a Green Griffin backdrop.
Yeah, we should have brought
Yeah,
our
we
beer.
do.
Root beer or something.
I bet we could get a Green Griffin backdrop.
Oh.
I bet we can't. It's too late. Oh. Okay. All right. See you guys at 3 o'clock.